He's always been more my type. She confessed about my best friend, so I walked away from both. Now they hate each other, and she's begging me to come back. Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. I came home from work early that Tuesday because my project finished ahead of schedule. I was excited to surprise Emma. Maybe we could grab dinner somewhere nice, celebrate a little. We'd been together 4 years, living together for 2, and I'd been thinking about rings lately. I opened the apartment door quietly, planning to sneak up on her, but stopped dead when I saw them on our couch. Emma's head was on Ryan's shoulder, his fingers running through her hair. They weren't kissing, but there was something intimate about the way she melted into him, the way his thumb traced circles on her arm. They sprang apart when they heard my keys hit the counter. "Jake," Emma said, her voice pitched too high. "You're home early." Ryan stood up fast, running his hand through his hair. "Hey man, I was just..." "What was that about?" I asked. "Nothing," Emma said quickly. "We were just talking. Ryan was helping me with some stuff." "Dude, it's not what it looked like," Ryan added. She was upset about work. I stared at them. Emma's cheeks were flushed, and Ryan couldn't meet my eyes. "With your hand in her hair?" "You're being paranoid," Emma snapped. "We're allowed to be friends." Ryan was my best friend since high school. 10 years of friendship. He'd been there when my dad died, when I got my first job, when I met Emma. He was supposed to be my best man someday. Over the next few weeks, things got weird. Emma's phone was always face down now. She started having girls' nights 3 times a week, coming home late with stories that didn't quite add up. Ryan canceled our standing basketball nights. Always had some excuse about training clients or family stuff. Then I found his gym towel in our laundry basket. Again. "I found Ryan's towel in our laundry again," I said, holding up the black towel with his gym's logo. Emma sighed, without looking up from her laptop. So why is it here?" "He works out here sometimes. Uses our shower." "Is that a crime?" When what? When does he work out here and shower?" "I haven't seen him." She finally looked at me, and I saw something flicker across her face. Guilt, maybe. Or relief. "Fine," she said, closing the laptop. "You want to know?" "Yes, something's been happening." My stomach dropped. "For how long?" "Does it matter?" "Jake, he's always been more my type. He gets me in ways you never have." The words hit like a physical blow. "Your type?" "We've been together 4 years. And I've been settling. Ryan makes me feel alive. You make me feel safe. Boring safe." The front door opened, and Ryan walked in like he lived here. Which, apparently, he basically did. "Emma, you don't have to." He started. "No, he deserves to know," Emma interrupted. "I've been in love with Ryan since we all met. I just thought I should be with the nice guy first." I stared at them. For years. For years of planning a future, of saving for a ring, of thinking about kids and houses and growing old together. And she'd been settling. "How long?" I asked. 3 months, Emma said. "But emotionally?" "Always." "Okay," I said. Emma blinked. "Okay, that's it. What do you want me to say?" "You love him. You've been lying to me for months." "I didn't plan this. It just happened." For 3 months, it just kept happening. Ryan shifted uncomfortably. "Look man, I'm sorry. We didn't want to hurt you. But you did anyway. We can all still be friends," Emma said quickly. "This doesn't have to ruin everything." I looked at her, really looked at her. The woman I'd planned to propose to was sitting there, asking if we could all be friends after she'd been screwing my best friend for 3 months. "No," I said. "We can't." I packed that night while they went to dinner. Just the essentials, clothes, laptop, a few books. Left everything else. The furniture was mostly hers anyway. I found a month-to-month place across town, broke the lease, and transferred the utilities to her name. I didn't fight. Didn't argue. Didn't make a scene. I just disappeared. Blocked them both on social media. Changed gyms. Started going to different coffee shops, different bars, different everything. When mutual friends called asking what happened, I didn't answer. When they texted, I didn't respond. Sarah, one of Emma's friends, cornered me at the grocery store 3 weeks later. "What the hell, Jake? Emma's a mess." "What did you do?" "Nothing," I said, pushing my cart past her. "Come on, just talk to her. She made a mistake. She made a choice. Don't be such a baby about this." I stopped walking. "She fucked my best friend for 3 months while planning our future. I'm not being a baby. I'm being absent. 6 months passed. I got promoted at work. Started therapy. Joined a hiking group and made new friends. Bought a mountain bike. Learned to cook actual meals instead of living on takeout. I thought about Emma sometimes, but it was like remembering a movie I'd seen once. Distant. Unimportant. Then the text started. Hope you're doing well. Thinking about you. Can we talk? I didn't respond to any of them. The calls came next, which I declined. Then emails, which I deleted unread. Emma's sister called me at work. She made a mistake, Lisa said without preamble. She's learned her lesson. That's not my problem. You loved her for 4 years. That doesn't just disappear. You're right. It doesn't just disappear. It gets killed. Jake, please. She's really struggling. She chose Ryan. She can talk to him. There was silence. Then, they broke up. 2 months ago. Okay. That's all you have to say. What do you want me to say, Lisa? That I'm sorry her affair didn't work out. Don't be cruel. I'm not being cruel. I'm being honest. Sarah tried next, ambushing me at my new coffee shop. She's really struggling, she said, sliding into the chair across from me. Maybe you could just talk to her? No. Come on. You're being cruel. I'm being absent. There's a difference. She realizes what she lost. Good for her. Jake, she loves you. She always has. I looked up from my book. She loved Ryan too. At the same time. For 4 years, apparently. It was a mistake. It was a choice. A choice she made every day for 3 months. Emma started showing up at my apartment building. I'd see her car in the parking lot, letters slipped under my door. Long, desperate letters about how sorry she was, how much she missed me, how Ryan had used her. I threw them away without reading past the first few lines. The text got angry. You can't ignore me forever. We need to talk about this like adults. I'm trying to apologize, and you're being a child. I blocked her number. Then she found my new gym. I was finishing a set of deadlifts when I saw her hovering by the entrance, scanning the room. She'd lost weight, not the good kind. She looked hollow, tired. Her hair was lank, her clothes loose. She spotted me and walked over like she was approaching a wild animal. Jake, please. Can we just talk? No. I made a mistake. The biggest mistake of my life. I'm sure you did. Ryan was nothing. He used me. He never loved me like you did. That's unfortunate. She flinched. Don't you care? Don't you care that I'm hurting? I looked at her, really looked at her. Once upon a time, this woman's pain would have destroyed me. I would have moved mountains to make her smile. Now I felt nothing. Less than nothing. No. How can you be so cold? We had 4 years together. You threw away 4 years for 3 months with Ryan. That was your choice. I choose you now. I'm choosing you. I picked up my water bottle and gym bag. You don't get to choose me anymore. That option expired when you chose him. Her face crumpled, then hardened. So that's it. You're just done. I was done the day you told me he was always your type. You just didn't notice. I walked toward the exit. She followed. Jake, wait. Please. I'll do anything. I stopped and turned around. The other gym members were staring now, but I didn't care. Anything. Hope flickered in her eyes. Yes. Anything. Go back in time and don't fuck my best friend. I left her standing there. My hiking buddies were waiting by the front desk. Mike and Jordan, guys I'd met in my new life. Good guys. Honest guys. Everything okay? Mike asked. Yeah, I said. Everything's fine. Who was that? I looked back through the gym's glass doors. Emma was still standing where I'd left her, staring at the floor. Nobody, I said. And for the first time since that Tuesday when I came home early, it was completely true. She was nobody to me now. Not an enemy, not a lost love, not even a bad memory that kept me up at night. She was just nobody. 3 months later, I heard through Sarah that Emma had moved back in with her parents. Ryan was dating someone new, a 22-year-old he'd met at his gym. Emma had tried to get back into our old friend group, but she'd burned those bridges by constantly talking about our relationship, making everything about her drama. I felt nothing hearing this news. No satisfaction, no sadness, no anger. Nothing. I was seeing someone new by then. Claire, a teacher I'd met on a hiking trip. She was kind and funny and had never once made me feel like I was settling or being settled for. When I told her about Emma and Ryan, she just nodded and said, their loss. That's when I knew I'd truly moved on. Not because I'd found someone better, but because I'd found someone who saw my worth instead of cataloging my shortcomings. Emma texted me one last time, From a number I didn't recognize. I saw your pictures with her. You look happy. I'm glad. I deleted it without responding. Because she was right. I was happy. And she had absolutely nothing to do with that happiness. Some people think forgiveness means taking someone back, giving them another chance, letting them hurt you again in the name of love. But sometimes forgiveness means accepting that someone showed you who they really were and believing them the first time. Emma showed me that I was a stepping stone, a safe choice, someone to settle for until something better came along. I believed her, and I built a life where no one would ever see me that way again. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.